My name is Johann Valentowitsch. I'm working at the Chair of Innovation and Service Management at the University of Stuttgart. And today I would like to welcome everyone to the presentation of the paper entitled The Strategic Balance of Exploration and Exploitation in the Pharmaceutical Industry, on which I'm currently working together with Wolfgang Buhr. First, let me show you the agenda. I will start with the motivation for this research project, also showing you why we are interested in the pharmaceutical industry in this work. Then I will briefly go into the theoretical framework. And after that, I will talk about the empirical analysis, showing you some of our empirical findings. Finally, there is a brief conclusion. Let us begin with the research motivation. As many studies have shown, strategies of exploration and exploitation are important for innovation and market survival of companies in the long run. While exploration is important for breaking new grounds, exploitation is important for increasing efficiency and achieving process improvements in the company. There is now a long tradition of research that states that both strategies must be balanced in order to ensure high performance. So you need both exploration and exploitation to be successful. The crucial question is now whether the assumption of balance is really true in all industries. And to investigate the validity of this assumption, we have selected a particularly research-intensive industry for our study, the pharmaceutical industry. Let me now show you why the pharmaceutical industry is important for our study. We have purposely selected an industry in which exploration and exploitation appear to be not equally important for market success. In concrete terms, I mean that at first glance, the pharmaceutical industry seems to be a research-driven industry. So exploration seems to be much more important for pharmaceutical companies than exploitation. Because we expect a strong focus on exploration in the industry, it is interesting for us to see whether this high industry-specific focus on exploration contributes to the fact that exploration and exploitation are not equally balanced. Okay, now a few words about our research framework. In this work, we refer strongly to the seminal paper of March, in which he described exploration and exploitation as two different organizational modes of operation. According to March, exploration is related to organizational activities such as search, variation, risk-taking, experimentation, play, flexibility, discovery, and innovation. Exploitation, on the other hand, is linked to productivity considerations, cost reductions, incremental process improvements, and so on. So both strategies refer to different time horizons. While exploration is assumed to be a long-term strategy, exploitation is expected to reflect a short-term strategy. And because of that, both strategies must be balanced in order to achieve high performance. This is a statement that can already be found in March's paper. And from this, a clear theoretical expectation of how the relationship between exploration, exploitation, and company performance should look like can be derived. And you can see it on these graphs. We have to expect that a higher balance is associated with higher performance. Now let's have a look at what the empirical data says. For the explorative analysis, we have collected market data from 32 major pharmaceutical companies over 5 years. To measure strategic balance between exploration and exploitation, we used R&D intensities and return on investments as indicators. And market performance was measured with the use of annual sales. And the picture we get when we pull the market data for the companies looks like this. Well, we'll see quite clearly that the presented relationship reflects the theoretical expectations of March quite well. And this brings me to the conclusion. So our study provides evidence that even in research-intensive industries, those companies that balance their exploration and exploitation capabilities perform better. The balance assumption proposed by March, thus, seems to apply across industries. To further validate our findings, however, additional large-scale empirical studies are required. I hope that our work has caught your interest, and I'm looking forward to all comments. Thank you very much for your attention.